What's up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. You already know this is Joe, maxpacks.com. Today we're talking about the top selling sealed Pokemon products for the month of January. Um, they, this list comes directly from TCGplayer, so that's massive. As a business, it kind of helps me decide, like, hey, this is what people are buying, this is what people want, and obviously TCGplayer is a lot bigger than me, but it's just good to know, and it's good to see like where the populations, like, maybe not population, where investors or rippers or just where other people are putting their money, what they're what they're chasing, what they want, what they see collectible, etc. And normally when stuff's super popular like this, that means either price goes up because there's just a lot of inventory getting churned and ripped through and just taken off the market, or there's just a lot of supply and they're just ripping through the supply, whatever it might be. So this is awesome. And if you buy the wrong stuff, there's a lot of issues with that. As a business, you have stale inventory, your dollars are sitting there doing nothing. And as an investor, you would have been better off just putting money into the S&P 500. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Hopefully you help, if you're trying to decide on what you wanted to buy for an investment or to rip or whatever it might be. Hopefully this helps you out. And before we get started, if you liked the video, smash that subscribe button and head on over to my website, maxpacks.com, sign up for emails, use promo code BIRTHDAY for $10 off your next order. This expires this week. Again, code BIRTHDAY expires this week. Take $10 off your order. So the first couple items were all non-Pokemon. The first Pokemon item actually came at the 9th position. There's like 5 One Piece and some Magic the Gathering and stuff ahead of it. So number one is going to be, oh, before I actually get started, the list goes in order of by total GMV, which is the total gross merchandise value, or the total dollar amount of the trading card products sold through TCGplayer during the time frame. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. First up, number 9 on the list, which is number 1 for Pokemon, is Phantasmal Saint Flames booster boxes. Now, Phantasmal Flames, as we know, I famously guessed horribly wrong, predicted horribly wrong, but they it's really just showing that one big chase card is enough, like Silver Tempest essentially. But the booster boxes are up to $300 on TCGplayer, and they're pretty much steady. As you can see with the graph here, well, the graph is a little bit broken, but I kind of thought after the second wave came out, I mean, look, it was all the way down to like 212. I sold mine, I want to say like 210, roughly, my booster boxes for the second wave. I sold it like 210, something right like that. But yeah, second wave came down to 210, and it was just to the moon after that, all the way back up to 300. There is, in the last 6 months, 49 on average selling, 3 months, 52. Average daily sold right now is 11, but the market data is a little screwed up. So, I mean, listed median price is $315, 63 people selling. Let's see what the lowest actual listed is from a legitimate seller. Pack Fresh Magic, $300, and he's got 3 of them. Devastation's got 31 of them at $300. There you have it. Phantasmal Flames was the best-selling Pokemon. Next, we go to Ascended Heroes. Now, this kind of gets me a little, I don't know, this just kind of throws me for a doozy, just because it's still a pre-order item. It hasn't actually released, but it says 67 are selling daily. Lowest listed is going to be 137, and I fully expect this to crash once the ETBs come out. Wave 1 comes out. This is going to be probably an $80 to $90 ETB. Maybe it stays at 100. Maybe it does. I just would not be buying pre-order items right now. That's just me. And then don't forget, there's a second wave coming probably 3 weeks after that as well. So it'll probably be something like Phantasmal Flames, where it drops down quite a bit and then scoop them up then. Next, we have Mega Dream. Now, Mega Dream is the Japanese version of, you guessed it, Ascended Heroes. And for me, this sold insanely well. I actually need to get another restock because I'm down to my last like box or two. And My locals are eating this up right at market price. As we can see from the graph, there's 40 selling every day at whatever price, 91 or $92. Lowest listed is, this is the worst when they do stuff like that, basically 91.50, and they have 35. So they're definitely a lot of stock with Japanese. You never have to worry about that. But Japanese for this is a way better buy in my opinion. Not for investments, but for ripping purposes. Just because you get a hit out of every pack, you're guaranteed what is it, a secret rare or better, I believe. And then it's 4 illustration rares, I want to say. So definitely way more fun. I actually just had a local customer, his first buy with me. He bought 1 box and got the Gengar, so he was tickled pink. That's like a, what was that, a $500 card in Japanese? So yeah, he was super happy, and he's doing a master set. All right, so my mic stopped working in the middle of this video. This was supposed to be posted yesterday. Anyway, so our next best-selling sealed product is the Mega Charizard UPC. If you've never seen this box in person, this is absolutely beautiful looking as a display piece. I even kept the empty box of my one that I opened. I'm sending the promos out to get graded because, as you can see, this Charizard is a banger. And for some reason, the Oricorio is turned backwards, but the Oricorio is a banger too. You have a good mix up of packs. I mean, Phantasmal Flames is going nutty. Uh, Destined Rivals is going insane. Mega Evolutions isn't too terrible, but definitely a great pack selection, good promos, cool playmat, cool sleeves. Everybody was kind of complaining because this was literally everywhere. I mean, there was pallets at whatever it was, Costco, I think. Costco had pallets of these. This actually got pretty close to MSRP. It was like 140, MSRP is 120, and I was trying to get these really cheap from people, and nobody wanted to sell them, and rightfully so. I mean, it's back up to 165. Average daily sold is 38. On the 3 months, it's 77. There's a little buyout here, maybe a second buyout right here, where 71 items get sold. But definitely a great item to have. And if they don't make more, I mean, look at the other good UPCs we have. They're like 500 plus. So definitely a great buy. We have Prismatic Evolutions, the booster bundle. Now, with the booster bundle, I remember screaming left and right. Like, there's multiple videos of me just saying, hey, you should be buying this because it was really cheap at one point. Right here when it was $55, I think you could get that cheaper than that. I think the graph lies a little bit. It was definitely cheaper than 55 at one point. Definitely cheaper than 54. I bought a bunch around 45 or $40, but let's take a look. 56 per day are selling at whatever, $70, whatever the market price is. That's insane. Let's see what the lowest listed is. Wow, it takes a while. $73 from a legit seller, and he has one. Wow, that's crazy. Booster bundles are now $73 each. Again, it's Prismatic. Prismatic's going to go insane. I mean, all these reprints, Prismatic's unstoppable. And to see this on the list was great to see. Just to keep everybody's mind fresh that, hey, Prismatic's not going nowhere. All right, now we have Destined Rivals booster boxes, and what a surprise this isn't. But just for reference, right? It's $560 and there's 7 per day selling on 3 month, 8 per day selling. Let's compare that with Evolving Skies, a product that's not as expensive. Their ETB is $100 cheaper, and you're selling one a day on average. If you're lucky, it's like every 2 days you're selling one. Oh, there's two, none, none, two, none, one, none. You're lucky. I mean, this is obviously a buyout where 6 of them sold, but $100 less for the best product in recent memory, and you're still not selling as much as Destined Rivals is. That is absolutely insane. So, lowest listed from a legit seller. Oh boy, this might take a while. The first legit seller, let's see, that's a dent, 560. First legit seller is basically 561, 562, whatever. So $560 for dice rounds. And this is what? 6 to 9 months old? 69. Nice. But as you can see, there's a nice little pullback. We were up to 583. I think there was actually sales at 600, but started to pull back a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But again, if we really don't get reprints of this set, this is what, $1,000 booster box at the end of the year? Like, we really need booster box reprints, and I don't know what the heck TPCI is doing, but just give us some dang booster boxes already. Like, come on. And there's no reason that a booster box should be this expensive when there's a TCG and people need these cards to play the game. Yeah, you can reprint booster packs and all that, but how do you get more booster packs in the hands of people that want the booster packs? You just print a crap ton of booster boxes, and then everybody gets 36 packs. You want to rip a booster box? You want to rip some packs? Here's 36 instead of, you know, scalping all these ancillary products and collection boxes and limiting them one per. Limit one per booster box and just give everyone a booster box. There's your 36 packs. They're like, you're guaranteed some hits, not guaranteed some hits, but you're going to get some hits out of there. And our last one is going to be the Mega Evolutions Enhanced Booster Box. This is looking around $35 a box. This is the enhanced version, as you can see. So you get that Bulbasaur promo, which is a really, really good promo. What are we selling? 11 per day. Looks like we had some interesting buyouts here at the 220 mark. Came up little couple elevated sale days here every other day. It's starting to drop off. We're pulling back. 11 per day sold. First legit seller is basically 250. Not too bad. And there's so many of these 0% 67 sales or no sales 0%. So many of these sellers out there. I'd reckon they're just a bunch of scalpers, but who actually knows? I find it interesting that a couple products that I sell a lot of aren't on here. One being the Inferno X booster box with its high price. I mean, Mega Dream was on here. Mega Dream sells really, really easy locally, not very well online. And then anything Black Bolt, White Flare just sells immediately. I was really surprised that that's not on here, and it's way, way cheaper. Maybe that's why, because the price point's so low. Yeah, it might have a lot of churn, but the price point's pretty low compared to a lot of the other things on this list. That would be my only guess. But man, Black Bolt and White Flare sell so easily. Like as soon as I put those on the website, they're gone within a day. So definitely interesting to see that not on here, but that just proves I'm gonna keep going after Prismatic Evolutions booster boxes. I'm gonna keep or booster bundles. I'm gonna keep going after all your booster boxes. Obviously, I'm gonna keep ordering more Mega Dream as I sell out. So definitely some good information on this list. If you guys like the video, make sure you smash that subscribe button. We do all sorts of content pretty much every day, whether it's a short or a full length video. Join the Discord and head on over to my website, maxpacks.com, buy some sealed Pokemon products. We got Japanese and English sealed products, usually at a discount to market if we can. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you on the next video. This is Joe.